Yo, what is up guys, Boy here. A quick preview and prediction for the heavyweight fight between Michael Hunter and Sergey Kuzmin. This fight goes down on Friday the 13th of September and it takes place at the Madison Square Garden Theatre in New York. This fight is actually on the undercard of Devin Haney versus Zaur Abdullayev, so really good card, and I'm really looking forward to this fight in particular. Let's quickly run through the tale of the tape. We will start with Michael Hunter. Now Michael Hunter has a record of 17-1, 12 of his 17 wins coming by way of knockout. His only defeat was at the hands of Alexander Usyk back at cruiserweight. Sergey Kuzmin has a perfect record of 15-0, 11 of his 15 wins coming by way of knockout. Sergey Kuzmin also has a no contest on his record against Amir Mansour. That fight was ruled a no contest because of a head clash early on in that fight, so it's not on the record. Michael Hunter, he is an orthodox fighter who is listed as 6'2", with a 79.5-inch reach, whereas Sergey Kuzmin is listed as 6'4", with a 75.5-inch reach. So Kuzmin is 2 inches taller and certainly the physically bigger man, but Michael Hunter does have a 4-inch reach advantage. Will Hunter's superior reach be a factor, or will Kuzmin's weight advantage be a factor for him? I will get into that a bit later, but stylistically, I believe this fight is quite interesting. Michael Hunter, for me, is a guy who can mix it up. We saw that against Martin Bakole. He boxed at times, he traded at times, and he was aggressive at times. Michael Hunter can do everything to a good standard, but I believe Hunter is best when he's active with that long jab, when he's picking his spots with that right hand, and he's getting in and out. Michael Hunter does have very quick hands, especially for a heavyweight, coming up from cruiserweight. That's only really natural. You kind of expect that, but he really does pick his spots well, and he can get in and out. Not only does he have quick hands, he also has quick feet. And Hunter really is just a well-schooled boxer. He is. He's a well-schooled boxer with hand speed, foot speed, and decent technical ability. His sound fundamentals come from the fact he was a respectable amateur. Michael Hunter was an Olympian, and he had some success in the amateurs. He actually fought Artur Beterbiev, and go and watch that fight if you can find it. That fight was extremely close. Arguably, Michael Hunter beat Artur Beterbiev in the amateurs. His jab that night was a real problem. And yeah, ultimately, Michael Hunter is a good fighter. He's coming off momentum, and I really do believe he's starting to find his identity as a fighter. That defeat to Alexander Usyk, yes, at the time, I'm sure he was gutted, I'm sure it stung, but that's really pushed him on to become a better fighter. That fight did him the world of good. Obviously, it gave him some exposure, which is good. He put on a good show, he made a really good effort of it, but he used that as a springboard to really propel his career, and he improved since then. So yeah, Hunter, credible dude. He's making some waves in the heavyweight division, and yeah, just a guy coming off very good momentum. But the guy in front of him, Sergey Kuzmin, is no joke. He himself has very good fundamentals, again, stemming from a good amateur background. In fact, the highlight of Kuzmin's amateur career was knocking out Joe Joyce. So Kuzmin as an amateur was no joke. In fact, when he turned pro, I was very excited because I always enjoyed watching Sergey Kuzmin in the amateurs. Now, as a pro so far, I've got to confess, Kuzmin hasn't been that impressive. I was expecting a bit more, it's got to be said, but he's still got the job done. And he's got names over, respectable journeymen, guys like Rodney Hernandez and Joey Dawejko. He also made David Price quit on his stool. For a 15-0 guy, he's fought some decent competition. He's fought some of the better journeymen in the heavyweight scene. He brings good aggression, and he cuts the ring off fairly well. He's actually got a really good jab when he uses it. It's a ramrod jab, and it's something he needs to use more, but when he does use it, it's an effective weapon, really rocks the head back, and it's almost a power punch. The jab from Kuzmin is very effective, and he needs to use that to close the range against Michael Hunter. He's also got a very nice overhand right and also a short right hand, and when he combines this shot with a jab, it's hard to avoid and it's hard to see coming. He disguises that right hand quite well. It's a very sneaky shot and it does carry real power. Sergey Kuzmin also leads with the right hand effectively. He can throw that shot without having to set it up with a jab, and again, he disguises it quite well. He can bring it up from low, coming over the top with really good speed. In fact, that's the shot he knocked out Joe Joyce with in the amateurs. And one more thing about Sergey Kuzmin, he does have decent combination punching also, but as a pro, it's something he's not really shown so far. In the amateurs, when Kuzmin put his shots together, he always showed actually deceptive hand speed. Kuzmin's hand speed is quite impressive for a guy of his size, but as a pro, he's been more lumbering, he's been more reluctant to put his shots together for some reason, and that's something I want to see in this fight with Michael Hunter. He needs to up his work rate, he needs to up his combination punching, and he needs to be more active with the jab. He needs to be more active with the jab, and he needs to give Michael Hunter something to think about, because it's got to be said, despite Kuzmin being very impressive in the amateurs, he's not carried that same form over into the pro ranks. And if Kuzmin continues that against Michael Hunter, he could get comprehensively outpointed here. He could get out-hustled and outboxed. I just need to see Kuzmin fight with more energy, more intensity, and he needs to bring back that animalistic style that suited him so well in the amateurs. Maybe it's the fact that he could carry that style out in a 3-round fight, but he realises in a 12-round fight he may not be able to carry that style out, you know, because it's over a longer period of time. Maybe that's the case. Maybe that's why he's more conservative as a pro. You know, he's still aggressive, he still tries to walk you down, but with far less intensity and far less volume and aggression. He tries to pick his spots coming on the front foot. So basically with Kuzmin, if he shows something similar to his amateur form, I actually believe he's got a really good chance to win this fight. Bigger dude, stronger dude, bigger puncher. You know, there's a chance for him to win this fight, but I've got to go with what I've seen from both guys in the professional ranks, and I've got to say, despite having that loss on his resume, Michael Hunter has impressed me more. I believe he's a bit more dynamic, he's certainly quicker, more athletically gifted, and, you know, he's just more active with his punch output. And also, the guy's been showing improvements with pretty much every fight. I don't think we can say the same for Sergey Kuzmin. So, listen, I believe it's a competitive fight. I really do. But I am picking Michael Hunter to win this fight, and I'm picking him to win it on points. I just believe, you know, this fight at this stage favours him. He's been looking more impressive, and I can't, you know, look further than a Michael Hunter points win. But, like I said, it's a very competitive fight. Stylistically, it should be fun to watch, and it's a fight I'm really looking forward to. Credit to both fighters for taking it. It's a risky fight for both, and yeah, like I said, looking forward to it. And it's on a great card, headlined by Devin Haney versus our Abdullayev, and also there's a great fight between Danny Roman and his mandatory challenger Akhmadaliev. That in itself is a great fight, and it's a great card. Credit to DAZN and Eddie Hearn for putting this one on. Share your thoughts below. I'm intrigued to see who you guys are picking. Do you make Michael Hunter the favourite like me? Are you going that way? Or are you pulling for Sergey Kuzmin in this fight? I certainly believe he's got a puncher's chance, but if these guys fought 10 times, you know, I'm picking Michael Hunter to win more times than he loses. But we will see. Really good fight, really good card. I'm intrigued to hear your thoughts. Comment below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace.